God's love every day. Live God's love in work and play. God's time is now. We've seeds to sow. Live God's love, so all will know.
So I would say for myself, it gave me something to do on a weekly or every other week basis, of something to look forward to, whether it was just seeing other youth at church or in Sunday school, and then also knowing that there was something to do Sunday afternoons or evenings, or if we had an event during the week, that there was always something that I could do with other middle or high school age youth, as far as just, it was something simple like just getting pizza and hanging out and talking and doing one or two simple activities.
For me, the service stuff that we did was really beneficial. Like, it was nice to go on, whether it was a service trip or service in the area, and sort of have an impact on the community. And then I think also, in addition to Sunday school, some of the events other than that, where you get to discuss issues and sort of how the church plays a role in current events and different things happening around the community, to sort of make those decisions and decide what you think as a teenager and beyond.
Yeah, and for me, I think it really kind of gave me a sense of like family almost, especially being the kid that came from Iowa and only had my parents and siblings in the area. Everyone else was still back in the Midwest. Having the youth opportunities in the youth group was kind of a secondary family almost, where we'd have all the things to do, and we looked forward to meeting up and hanging out with each other. And we knew that they'd always kind of be there for you and help you out. And the parents of the youth, they kind of seemed almost like aunts and uncles at times. And then everyone in the youth group had kind of a cousin feel, where you knew you were great friends, even though we were all so different.
And then for myself, it cemented on where I wanted to go to school, which was initially for outdoor youth ministry, which helped put me where I am now, as far as meeting my wife and getting involved at least into the education field. And then from there, realizing that I wanted to be a more secondary role in education, as far as doing technology, and just the youth group helped guide me to where I am now. So, and I feel like it has been positive in continuing to instill some values in me, as far as just friendship and camaraderie.
So I knew that I was going to go to UNC, and they have a very active campus ministry. So Charlie and I went up and I went to one of their summer campus ministry activities. And after that, I ended up getting very involved in that group, which is actually where I met my husband, as well as several friends. And I don't know that I would have looked for that group on a college campus where there are so many other activities if I hadn't been involved in an active youth group in high school. I think that that's what pushed me to do that, which was a very beneficial experience for me. And then I think that I know my husband and I belonged to a Lutheran church when we lived in Annapolis. And I think that both of us, having been active in youth groups in high school, was a factor in us choosing our church and deciding to go to a church. Like, we both wanted to continue sort of finding that community.
You now, when you are able to look back, you realize that what you gained from youth group was so much more than just the simple interactions that you had, that it really was a really changing fundamental thing. And that also then went and allowed me to continue throughout my career to still be engaged with the church, and still have the desire to want to go to church even as a young adult, when you now had the choice to make, and you didn't have your parents dragging you to church. And so it was those memories I had from youth group that then in addition to all the other life skills it gave me, it really kept me connected and made me want to go to church on a Sunday morning when it'd be easy to sleep in or do something like that.